welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name is Mark Hoffman and today I present our 2009 VE Amiga sports wagon. Now, as you've seen from inquiry on the car, it has a couple of kilometres on the car, but I'm going to show you why this is such a great example. So come for a walk with me, let's have a look around it. At the front, obviously presented in very crisp white, a nice colour for the Commodore wagon. On the Amiga you do get the black surround headlights, nice chrome as well, big chrome grille. Key to note on the front of this car, not a single stone chip or anything on the front bar, and the bonnet, if I'm looking really closely, and there might be one or two touch-ups, but overall the front of the car presents brilliantly. Coming around the driver's side of the vehicle, we do have a little scuff just here on the guard, quite a small one, but I do like to point it out for our out-of-state viewers. Now, you will notice straight away we have elected to put on the SS alloy wheels. We had a spare set of them. We've put it on this car just to make it look that much better, and I think it really does bring up the look of the Amiga a lot. Unmarked alloy wheel, of course, in a brilliant condition, almost brand new tyre on the front of this vehicle. We do have the front and rear mud flaps on this car, indicator in the front guard, nice clean mirror. Now, one thing to note along the side of the car, from the angle you're on, you probably almost be able to see no signs of shopping trolley dents or any of that sort of accidents on the car at all. Presents really well. Even in the inside of the door along here presents very well. So someone's looked after this car. The car doesn't have tinted windows. I'd probably recommend it. Black windows on the white car it's a really nice look. One thing to note, my camera is a lot taller than me, so we'll have a look at the roof at this point. You will notice on the roof, no signs of any sort of bird droppings or anything like that. Do have the 2 points here if you wanted to put crossbars across to have extra carrying capability. Coming down to the rear wheel, as I mentioned before, SS alloy wheel, no sign of any gutter rash on it at all, and a brilliant condition, almost brand new tyre on the back as well. Coming to the rear of the sports wagon, now a lot to talk about here. The sports wagons came factory with reversing sensors. You've got the two little reflectors down the bottom, nice big taillights and a big chrome strip across the back. The high mount wiper makes driving in the morning or in the rain a lot easier. While we're here, when they brought these cars out, I've actually owned one of these, by the way, they made a big note of this. The tailgate doesn't come out very far from the car. So very easy to use in car parks and things like that. Goes a long way up, and because it's hinged so far forward, really easy to work with. Now, in the back here, you will notice we do have 3 child seat anchor points across the back of the vehicle. We also have the 12-volt socket. You've got your tie-down points. You've got tie-down points everywhere, actually. You've got a little 12-volt socket hidden in the corner there. Sorry, Lynn, to make your camera go back and forward like a madman. Lynn, for those watching at home, is our cameraman. And in there, we've got the factory alloy wheel this car came with, as well as a really good tyre. Still got the fuzzy things on it, so I'd suggest it hasn't been on the vehicle. Close that. We'll close the tailgate. Nice, really light tailgate, actually. And we'll continue along. Around this side of the vehicle, this is the passenger side of the car. This is where you'd commonly see damage if there was to be any due to that horrible concrete thing we call a gutter. None of that here, really presents well. We'll start at the back. We've got a tiny little scratch there, if I'm brutally honest. I'll have the detail of a little look at that one. And the rear wheel, unmarked, brilliant condition tyre there again. Say hello to the 1030 Pakenham train as it buzzes by. Coming down the side of the vehicle, the rear door does have a couple of little scratches. We've got a little touch up here, just with a white touch-up pen, and we've got a tiny little mark there on the paintwork. But apart from that, no dents or anything. Front door presents brilliantly. Front guard, brilliant. Coming up to the last of the alloy wheels, yet again, unmarked SS alloy wheel with an almost brand new tyre on the front. So around the whole exterior of the car, for the kilometres and age, presents very, very well. To the front of the Amiga wagon now, let's have a little talk about that engine plant, that's an interesting word, Mark. You're looking at a 6-cylinder V6, 3-litre engine. It's going to give you 190 kilowatts of power and 290 newton meters of torque. Through a 6-speed automatic transmission, you're still going to get an amazing 9.3 litres to the 100. Out of a 73-litre tank, you are going to get around 780 kilometres of average driving range. All right, inside the Commodore wagon now, and let's have a little bit of a talk about the insides. First off, we'll start off with the steering wheel. It has a little latch under here. Latch that down, you've got height and reach. That's nice to have both. Plastic steering wheel, no signs of wear on the steering wheel at all. Do have a little bit of wearing just here where the sort of your right thumb sort of sits. Quite common to see that on the Commodores, but that'd be it on the whole interior actually. The right hand side we've got our Bluetooth phone and audio volume. Left side we've got our audio and station channel, as well as our trip computer we can play with the center screen there. Left side we've got the front and rear wiper controls. Right side we've got our indicators and cruise control stalk there. While we're on the right side, we do have one factory key for this car, as well as what looks like maybe a fuel door key or something like that as well. Automatic headlights on the Commodore, but they do come on at night time, but when it's raining you still have to turn your headlights on just for safety's sake. One thing to note, on the doors usually there's power windows, not in the Commodores. Do have nice cloth trim actually. It really does soften up the interior of the car quite a lot instead of having hard plastics everywhere. A nice touch. Backing into the centre, as I mentioned before, we do have our trip computer in the centre, tacho on the left, speedo on the right, 100 kilometres an hour dead in the centre where it should be, and then it gets a little silly after that. Nice and easy to read. Crossing into the centre, Mr. Lynn, we've got our little screen there showing us we're currently listening to 104.3, I think that's Gold FM, listening to some classics, as well as it is almost lunchtime. Coming down from there's a button to test all the indicators at once. Audio unit here, really simple to use. Obviously your CD in there, radio of course. You do have an auxiliary input so you can play music through your phone. Climate control, how much fan, how much temperature, where you want it, simple. Below there we've got our automatic shifter. I'll just move that out of the way. We do have a button here for traction control, probably best to leave that on, as well as a sports button for the automatic. Automatic shifter, as you've seen, really easy to use. D for drive, R for reverse, simple. Coming back from there we've got our door locks as well as our power mirror switches. So you switch it left and right to get to the mirror you want, and adjust it with a little joggles. A little button there to stop my camera from playing with the windows, and a button so I can play with all the windows. Handbrake nicely folds down so it's down really nice and flush, good look. Two cup holders, center console, you've got a 12-volt socket in there, and little spots for your car wash change as well. Going to get my camera to zoom around the interior now. I think you'll be very impressed to see. Cloth trim presents really well, no signs of stains or anything in the seats. Does not have carpet mats this car, but the carpets present really well. Door trims well, dashboard really well. Rear seat presents in really good condition as well. You do have the 3 child seat anchor points across the back. And the roof as well, roof lining presents quite well. No sort of major scuffs or marks there at all. So obviously, as you've seen, the inside presents very well. Thank you for watching this video for walk-around presentation of our VE Amiga sports wagon. As you've seen, brilliant condition outside, great condition inside. This is definitely the car you want to come grab these keys, take it for a test drive. Give us a call, 9907 0555, and thank you for watching.